This is just us talking with clips.
Yeah.
Woo! No idea what we're doing at all.
No, that's the fun of it, though.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's gonna be amazing. As he was saying, he was talking because he's really into like EDM music and making it, and he was like one of the like best people in like that world is somebody who took two things and just that shouldn't go together and made them like work.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and I think he said it's a quote from Einstein. I think. Don't quote me on that. I don't know, but it was saying like creativity is like something along the lines of creativity is taking two things that shouldn't go together and making them one, like harmonious thing. And honestly,
That's a good quote.
like it is a good quote. Like it makes sense too. You know.
Yeah, so fun.
That's such a cute dog. I want a dog. You know what I want? I want
What?
a golden doodle.
That's very fair. It's very fair.
Have you ever thought about like what you want in the future, like that type deal? Like what kind of dog do I want when I just have my own place? You ever think about that?
Yeah, all the time. Except I'm more of a cat person. So what I really want is an orange cat, because, like,
I mean, it's like the best cat, you know?
it just looks so fun and goofy.
That or gray cat. I really like the look of gray
Yeah.
cats, honestly. Like, calicos are pretty, and that's what I have right now, Bonnie. So pretty. But, like, also, they're so, like, they're pretty, you know?
Yeah.
Like, a gray cat,
A gray cat is
it's
amazing.
great. Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, I can.
But he told me about it, and it was really weird.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounded weird. Dude,
kind of want to know what that is now.
I'll have to look it up afterwards.
Yeah.
Dude. Do you know what's something I reminisce about sometimes?
What?
Just being a kid, you know?
Dude, actually.
Like, it sucks that the innocence of being a kid made me want to be an adult. But now the scope that I have, like the point of view that I have with being like older teen is, oh my god, it's such a cute dog. Like makes it to where I just want to be a kid again,
Yeah.
you know?
I fully get that.
And it's like there's nothing you can do about it, you know? Now or then. 'Cause
Yeah.
you just don't know. You're like, it sounds so cool, you know?
You're like, wow, I can't wait to drive. And now I'm driving, and it's like whatever now.
Yeah. it's the weirdest thing, you know? Like, you can't... It sucks that there's nothing that anybody can ever do about it.
Yeah.
It's just like the cycle of life in a really sucky way.
Really,
You know?
yeah.
Like, that's horrible. But I guess you gotta... Well, I mean, I also feel like you have to be okay with the now, you know? And
Yeah.
find ways to be a kid in whatever age.
Yeah, I fully get that.
Like, when we're talking about dad lore, we need, like...
Dude.
I feel like that's just being a kid in any age.
Yeah.
You know?
It really
Or
is.
just being a dad in general. Like, or a man, you know? Being a
Yeah.
man, just being a kid in any age. Like, I think my dad, his girlfriend, calls him a man-child. I feel like that's a
I
compliment.
really want to be called a man-child when I'm
Yeah.
older.
Like, that's just, like, you're just cool, you know? I don't
that
think...
just shows like, oh yeah, I'm a man, but I'm also fun and entertaining, and I'm good to be around.
You've seen my dad, right?
I haven't.
Really?
Yeah.
Not even, like, a photo?
I don't think so.
I'll have to show you. But, like, he has, like, a full beard, and, like, he's, like, almost 300 pounds, and, like, 6'2". He's a man.
Oh,
like,
Lord.
He's like a whole... You know?
Yeah.
But, like, he's a man-child.
That's so funny.
Can't hold up, like... He had, like, just a little bit of extra money. RC cars. He bought, like, 6 of them.
Wow. Yeah. That's awesome.
definition. You know,
That is actually so cool.
like he's like kind of the
What was that?
wow. That was such a hard stutter. It was kind of
Yeah.
crazy.
That was wild.
Oh my god. Like what I was trying to say was a definition of a man child. You know.
Yeah.
And like I know it can be like I've definitely used man child in not compliment way. Like
Yeah.
when somebody calls him a man child, that's not a bad thing. But then there's other people that when you call them man child, you mean child man.
Yeah.
You know? Like you shouldn't be acting like that at this age,
Yeah.
you know?
I fully get that.
Which really hope I'm not in that context, you know? That would suck. But
It would suck.
I could never see myself being like that, you know? Like, there's some things that I'm just like just don't make sense in my head logically,
Yeah.
you know? Like that people do. I'm just like
Yeah, no,
Like-
I fully get that.
being disrespectful
Yeah.
in,
Like
in most
in most situations
like 90%. Like
just doesn't make sense. Like
like even to teachers. Some of them I can understand maybe a little bit. But like even if I really dislike a teacher or something like that, I will respect them even if I don't like it just goes in one out the other. You know?
yeah, I fully get that.
Just cuz if I disrespect them, all that's going to do, it's not going to do anything but just make their day bad or make their like that moment of time bad.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything else. Nothing
You're
to
so right about that.
like example IDs. If somebody tells me no,
Yeah.
like I don't care. Couldn't care less. I want to tune you out. But if that's gonna make you chase me down or be annoyed, like
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it around my neck and I can take it off when I get to class. It's 6 minutes.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
it's not that big of a deal.
No. Like I don't know. I feel like people make a big deal out of really small things.
Yeah. And then just I don't understand people who like get very dramatic over like the smallest thing. Like I stubbed their toe and then they complain about it for a week. Like
You have to let things go. You know? And like like dude, people who act tough,
dude.
I
That's so funny.
I can't. It like immediate, no matter like who they are, immediate. You know, like ick, immediate ick.
Yeah. Absolutely.
No matter who it is,
Like
there's no need for it. No,
actually like if you're trying to be macho, you're not macho.
exactly.
The most macho people are the ones who are just naturally macho.
Like, have you seen? There was a video, that was like, dudes raised by their mom and the dudes raised by their dad by that one like, he was like, he's like one of those comedian like skit people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, it was like, oh, you know who it was? It was by the dude who chops logs.
Oh, I think I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he made that video, and it was like the dude raised by his dad was like all like acting tough and stuff, and then the dude raised by his mom was like would dress real nice and just like laid back, like in like a. I don't even know how to describe it, you know?
Yeah.
Like-
I can get what you mean though.
Yeah. And I think that's so true. Like, modesty shows so much more than being up front with that type of stuff,
Yeah.
you know? Like being... like, I feel like the more modest you are, I feel like it relates... I don't know why it's so hard for me to explain, but I think I can relate it to the prettiest eyes have cried the most. You know?
Yeah.
I think it really relates to that. You know?
Yeah.
Like those are like very correlated.
Yeah, I totally get what you mean.
I'm gonna make sure if this is recording because that would suck so much. Okay, it is.
Woo!
I was so ready though to be so
I
disappointed.
know.
I was like, this is gonna suck, but it's fine. Also, I don't know if you would mind me asking about this, but like, what kind of like would you mind talking about like what like maybe how long it took and like what was your thought process through transitioning from like being a gymnast and like having like everything towards that to wanting to do music?
I can talk about it. I don't know if I can phrase it like exactly what happened because
I mean, I'm guessing it's over in a very extended period.
yeah, because one, it's technically still not done. I still have till May 2nd because that I'm in gymnastics, and then I think the real test is going to be like those first couple of weeks once I'm completely out of gymnastics.
Yeah.
But currently, it was over for like 2 years. I've been wanting to quit. I don't know why. It's just like something that I kind of felt. I was like, I don't know if this is for me.
Yeah.
Because being surrounded by the same 5 people every day, who aren't good people, by the way.
Oh wow.
I don't like being around them.
Mm-hmm.
And like kind of like those were my friends. There's people who I was like, I wouldn't. If it wasn't for gymnastics, I would never associate myself with you.
Yeah.
But I was kind of had to, and that kind of made it harder. Definitely made it a lot harder to continue to be in like just a straight up toxic environment.
Yeah.
And then with music, those I was with like genuinely good people, like with you and Wyatt.
Yeah.
I love hanging out with y'all. So that was another like pull towards music, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But also gymnastics, it became more of a chore. Like I was doing it just to do it because it's what I had been doing. And I guess I kind of was like telling myself, oh yeah, I love it because I've always loved it. This is what I've been doing for like half my life.
Yeah.
And then when I started like feeling like, wait, what if I want to quit? And that was just because of the shoulder injury. Like when that first happened, like the initial injury, which was around 2 years ago when I started like feeling that pull to quit. I had like a month off where I just couldn't do anything.
Yeah.
And I remember that month like actually sucked and I missed it a whole lot.
Yeah.
But then I kept re-injuring my shoulder. And I was like, well, if I'm just going to keep hurting myself over and over again and it's not going to get better, what if it's time for me to quit? And then as I started thinking about like, oh wait, if I quit, I can do this. I can hang out with friends more.
Mm-hmm.
I can, do things that I want to do and not be surrounded and forced into the same gym that I've been going to since forever. Also, like it got to the point where I was doing gymnastics because I wanted to get into college for gymnastics.
Yeah.
But now I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
Like I don't think college for gymnastics is where I'm gonna go.
Yeah.
Also, I don't think I could get there if I wanted to. Like, I'm just gonna be so straight up. I'm not good enough for that. And I think the mixture of that was like, well, I don't want to do gymnastics. Then what will I do after that? And being in choir was what really helped me with that. Being around people who are all nice people, who are all like supporting and encouraging each other. I could have like good conversations with them, and I wasn't really ever dreading choir.
Yeah.
Like sure, I would get annoyed at like after school rehearsals. I still do, but that's
Yeah,
reasonable.
yeah.
But it wasn't like the thought of going to choir just immediately tanks my mood. And that's kind of how gymnastics is right now.
Oh, okay. I mean, that's also fair though. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I especially with like how you're describing it, like it being a toxic environment and re-injuring yourself constantly, and then being pulled out of it, like then going, 3 hours almost every day?
3 hours, 4 or 5 days a week.
Yeah, that I have struggled like making time to go to the gym for like an hour.
Yeah.
You're doing 3 hours 4 to 5 times a week.
Homework just out of the question.
Dude, I don't know how you do it. I don't know how. Are you AB still?
Yeah.
That's insane.
You know, my I have 2 Bs and they're like 88 and an 89.
Yeah.
Like I'm very close to just having all A's right now.
Yeah.
But honestly, the only time I really do homework is during advisory, homeroom sometimes, and then if it gets to the point, I'll stay up till like 11 doing homework, which that's not very fun.
No, that's, dude.
Yeah.
That's so much, you know? Like that's so much time, you know?
Yeah.
That I don't know. I do think also, one of the things I've been working with my therapist about is like, if you look at yourself and the things you're involved in, like what you that's not the word. Associate yourself with, like, if they were pillars of you, how many would you have? And if one of them fell, would you still be like who you are? You know?
That's actually a really good way to put that.
And so, like, because I was kind of struggling with like identity and stuff, you know? And but what she helped me realize is I have a lot of pillars, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm still kind of worried, like, do I have too many? Which I don't know if it's a good or bad thing, you know? 'Cause
Yeah.
I feel like I'm really, like, I do a lot of things, but not a lot of time into each, so I'm never really busy, you know?
Yeah.
And I feel like it's, like, the opposite of what you were having to struggle with. Like, you were focusing a lot on one thing,
Yeah.
and honestly, I want to say this, I'm, like, proud and really happy that you were able to make a switch like that. Like,
Yeah.
that's such a hard decision to remove. How many years have you been doing it?
8 or 9 years.
That's crazy. That's
Yeah.
that's like at the point where someone would dedicate their life to it, you know? And like just to pull out of it, you know, for something that I'm guessing you truly do enjoy. That's so hard.
It was. For like the first 2 years, I wasn't like talking about actually wanting to quit with anyone. It was just like a me thing. Like, do I actually want to do this? And I always like gaslit myself. I was like, no, you're just having a rough spot right now. Because there were some times where I'm like, yeah, this is fun. But what I've come to realize is I will miss gymnastics once I quit it, but I'm not gonna regret it. And I think that's the big pull. Like, am I going to regret leaving this thing that I've spent most of my time and energy into?
No, absolutely. And I think that's something like to recognize with anything that you do, especially something of this size. Like, are you gonna regret it?
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but like one of the things that started a few years back was I think every once in a while, like, are the decisions I'm making something I'm gonna regret? And at this point in my life, there are still some things that I would say that I'm trying to fix.
Yeah.
So I don't have to regret anything, you know?
I totally get that.
Like, I'm like, the more I do, like, get towards the point where I'm not regretting, you know, like filing down those things that I am, you know,
Yeah.
like, the more happy and like anxious free I am, you know. Because I used to associate my anxiety with like either being busy or not busy enough. I thought if I found that sweet spot, I would be fine.
Yeah.
No, not at all. It just makes it worse trying to balance it. Because then that's another thing to worry about.
Yeah. No. I
You know?
totally get that.
Like, it's making the problem Jesus.
You got it.
Problem worse by focusing on it. You know? And so, like, I'm at a good place now, but I know once I keep going towards what I'm going towards, it'll be even better.
Yeah.
You know? And something that I really enjoy about hanging out with you with, that doesn't make sense, but it's fine.
Hey, whatever. Grammar optional.
Honestly, you know, as long, like, someone with history tests, essays, I mean, that's the nicest thing about it. You could put scrambles on a paper. As long as they're words and you get the point across, you're fine.
Yeah.
You could get 7 points while just writing. Punctuation, grammar, nothing of it.
Spelling?
Well, mostly.
Yeah. Well, if they can, if they know what you're trying to say,
Say.
sell.
Dude, my back hurts so bad. Oh my god.
Really are, Dad.
Really, dude, it's so bad. Like, I feel like myself is so contradictive, just all over, you know? I don't know
Yeah.
if that makes sense. Like,
No, I get that.
even, dude, especially my head. Do you contradict yourself in your head a lot?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be like, man, I'm like the best person in this choir. But then, even in the middle of the thought, you're just like, I'm not though.
Am I now?
Like, I can rattle off people that are better than me.
Yeah.
You know? But with everything. You know? Like, you just feel two opposite things at once,
Yeah.
which shouldn't make sense or happen.
But it definitely does. Like, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I'll look at myself in the mirror, like right before I'm taking a shower, and I'm like, man, I am so jacked. And then I'm like, at the same time, I'm like, but you're also like the skinniest person alive. Like, you're built like a twig, but like a kind of jacked twig.
I get that so
It's-
much. It's like I'll flex usually mostly before I shower at least once, you know?
Yeah.
Just because
It's a rite of passage.
exactly. Like, I have a ritual every time I work out. As soon as I get home, shirt off, flex. Not gonna lie,
That's so fair. That
Like-
is so fair.
it's a ritual at this point. Like, I have to.
Yeah, you gotta make sure like you're getting
Exactly.
Big.
You know,